Hi, Sarah. Okay, looks like you decided on the car seat. Good choice. Let's go ahead and jump right over to your composition. I've got that open in a separate window right here, and it's fit in the window perfectly, so that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we want to make sure all of the requirements are in here, right? So let's go ahead and jump over here. So this is this assignment first iteration page where we have the instructions. So your selected object must be dominant, make it bigger, but that you got that, definitely, that's great. Poster must include an image of the object in use. We've got that. Got a few different the object in use. That's good, right? Poster must choose one of the results from the use of your object. And I think that this little baby sleeping and very comfortable, that's resulting. And plus, you've through your caption, you're saying enjoy knowing your little one is safe. So that's good. That suffices that requirement result. So you have two components. You've got those. You've got your components over here. That's great. Poster must include one paragraph of text. Got that. Design in everyday life. Got that. Must use small captions. Got that. All right. So the requirements are covered. Let's go ahead and jump into the composition and take a look. So I think that it's really obvious, and I think right now it's obvious to us that we should be looking at the image for clues that can assist us to create visual harmony in the actual composition itself, right? And one of the main things I'm seeing with this particular composition is that there's a reluctancy to use negative space. So right now we've got every little area of the composition is filled with something. There's no negative space associated with this composition at all. And I think as a designer, it's really important for you to start developing your use of negative space as a design element and not just leftover space from placing elements in the composition. So I want you to concentrate on how you can really employ negative space in this composition. Design in everyday life, that looks good. Good job there. Yeah, I mean, you might even consider a subhead here saying something with the car seat or something, or you know what I'm saying? I think that might be interesting. Good job on the drop cap, but I would go 3 lines deep on the drop cap. Also looks like your drop cap is protruding above a little bit. So I'd say 3 lines deep on that. Also give yourself a little bit of space on the right-hand side. Like is right on the serif of the cap A for that drop cap. So you want to adjust that drop cap. When I look at the composition, the main thing I'm seeing is where did you get the ovals? I can see that the ovals are kind of a repetition of the logo, and that's good, but these kind of change shape a little bit, so they're not representing the shape of the logo, right? And then this one is configured differently, so that one throws me a little bit. The typography associated with these ovals needs some adjustment. As you can see right now, this isn't conforming. This typeset right here is not conforming exactly to the curve. As we can see, the space between the cap line and the image is greater on this side than it is on this side. That points to adjustment there. I would recommend we do that. This one doesn't seem like it's centered on the image, so you want to definitely work that. Also, again, same thing. The ascender here is touching the image, whereas this side, it's really far away, so you want to adjust those. When I look at the body copy, I see a couple of things. Number one, I see there's a lot of copy here, and your line spacing, I'm sorry, your character count is really long. Remember, optimal character count typically is in between 49 and 69 or 70 characters or so. And right now, I think, and that includes punctuation and spaces. So right now, I think some of these lines are pushing probably over 100. That points to two things. That points to considering a second column. So presenting this in 2 columns instead of 1 text block. And when I look at the image, I see 2 very distinct sides. I see a left side and a right side. Left side, right side. Left side, right side. So I think we can take that and kind of mimic that by creating a 2-column left side, right side for the body copy. Think about that. Other than that, I mean, those are my recommendations. I think that you're off to a good start, but if let me talk about your type as well. I think it would be interesting to add typographic variety. Right now, you've got serif typeface for the body copy, serif typeface for the captions, serif typeface for the headline. Consider typographic variety by introducing a sans serif here. Also, From our announcements, I had given instructions and tutorials on how to set old style numerals as well as small caps instead of all caps. I can see a couple of areas here that definitely would suffice um, to use old style numerals. Anywhere there's a numeral, there, there, there. Also, think about M dash, N dash. The span of numbers should be depicted with an N dash. That's a regular dash right there. You want to use an N dash. You want to use your dashes accordingly. Right here, that latch right there is a great place for small caps. If the typeface you're using doesn't have small caps, if it doesn't have open type capabilities that you can use small caps, just reduce the size of this all caps by a point or so that it just doesn't stand out so much in the composition. Okay, so those are my recommendations moving forward. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to make any clarifications necessary. But I'd like to see some of these, all right? I'd like to see all of these comments being addressed in your final submission. And again, the most important thing at this point is to get with me if you have any questions at all or if I can clarify anything. Okay, great start. Thank you very much.